I'm officially excited for this podcast.
All right, ready? We going?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
All right.
All right.
I just did that, G.
Shut up, Chris. Yeah. Haven't even started. Chris is already being a dick. The stupid Pokemon shirt.
Polka best.
Polka best.
Paul, you ever watch Pokemon?
Fuck, I'm a grown-up, man. I don't watch this shit.
Grown-up. Suck it, Chris. What a bird.
I watch grown-up cartoons like Beavis and Butthead. And,
Hey, man, Pokemon came out when I was like 10, so...
yeah, it came out when I was like 30, I think. So
Hey, everybody. Welcome to a depressing edition of the Best of 5 podcast.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We're just aging ourselves over here, and Chris is a child. It's confirmed.
100%. That's a great truck.
Well, welcome, you guys. My name is G. We got Chris over here, and we have a special guest, Mr. Paul Noffsinger. I'm so excited to have you on, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks, yeah.
Now, Paul, you are a magician.
I am.
You are.
I am.
You are the founder and co-creator and all the things of the Mystery Collection.
Yep, my show is called The Mystery Collection. It's based on the idea that relics hold the energies of people that owned them. So if you had something that meant something to you and you pass on, your family could take it to one of these spiritualist mediums and use it to channel your story.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. I know exactly what that would be for me. I think that'd be probably like my base.
Your fleshlight?
Yes.
Flashlight, right.
No,
What I got
that's
for
not DNA, bro. It's different.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, yeah. You know what? We're just not going to get into that rabbit hole. Just letting that go right now. Yeah, dude, I'm super excited to have you, man.
Yeah,
I know. I'm
thanks,
super excited. And I know we have Paul's having a show coming up here in a couple of weeks at Tower 50. No.
Wow.
Tower 477.
Oh, man, but it's not even that. It's
477 Distilling. You know what? As we talked earlier, it's going to always be Tower. You know
Yeah.
what? Fuck Tower Vodka. Fuck Tower Vodka.
That's right.
Tower 56 forever.
I agree.
He almost did like a Bloody Mary 3 times, and they just show
Yeah,
up.
it's-
Wow, with a C and D and telling me cease and desist, saying you can't say our name again, asshole.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Right.
That'd be amazing.
So no, I've got it. It's on the 29th of this month. It's a Friday night. My good friend Ryan Doherty. Do you know Ryan Doherty?
I think so, yeah.
He and I were playing Frisbee golf a couple weeks ago, and he had just turned 45. And he said, I had this list of things I wanted to get done by the time I was 45. And I got all of them but one. And I said, well, what's the one? He goes, I want to do a stand-up act. And I said, guess what? You're opening for me on the 29th.
Yes.
And he's like, what? And I said, so I got my poster guy, and he put his name, it says comedy by Ryan Doherty on the poster, and I sent it to him. I said, it's official. You're stuck. You're doing it.
Dude, good for you, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So Ryan Doherty's going to open with some stand-up comedy, and I told him, I said, you better be funny.
Yeah, right.
And you know what's fun is my show. You've seen my show before.
Yeah.
It's very funny as well. It's not spooky. You're not as spooky. Being funny's hard.
Yeah.
Being funny is hard.
Especially for G.
Very, very much
But
so.
you just never, you never, especially in front of an audience. You
Yeah,
just never
definitely.
know.
Yeah.
You know, I tell the same jokes. I've done my show hundreds and hundreds of times, and I have very similar, or the same jokes in the show. And sometimes they just kill, and other times they fall.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just- the
it's
same joke.
really like that crowd energy
Yeah.
because like some people are like, oh, that's pretty good, but then that's the only person that's like, you
Right.
know, like half laughs at your joke,
Right,
and
right.
it's
God,
different
that's-
every time.
Well, the two places I do my show primarily are Greeley, Colorado, and New Orleans, Louisiana. A little bit different crowds.
Yeah,
in those
just
two
a
places.
little
Yeah,
bit.
Right.
Just a little bit.
But that's just good practice to just kind of get the whole spectrum
Right.
at that point.
No,
Yeah,
it's been you know, I've been on the road. I was on 12 airplanes in 14 weeks, and did a show in Virginia, in Connecticut, a couple in New Orleans, one in Little Rock, Arkansas. And the jokes, you know, humor's kind of universal. Some of the jokes they all went okay, but
Yeah.
That's amazing. You know, I do have a few questions for you,
Yeah.
but I think we'll just save it for the DVD extras.
okay.
because,
All right.
What it has DVD extra.
Oh,
That's
we gotta
pretty good.
Add that on there.
That's pretty good.
That was beautiful.
I watched. I've done my homework.
Yeah.
We might have to have Paul be our
Do some
our intro-
voiceovers?
our
Yeah.
intro voiceover guy. That was really good, man.
Thanks.
Well, let's get this started, you guys. I'm super excited for this. It's going to be another unique episode with a special guest, and Paul loves to talk, and so that just
I am
makes
a
it so
talker.
much better for
I
us
am a
as well.
talker.
So I swear that's a compliment.
Yeah. My third grade teacher did not think that was a compliment.
Well, let's talk away. Let's get to the first round.
Round one.
Paul, what's the first subject? I know you handed it to me, but I'm going to hand it back to you.
Yeah.
Oh,
Way to
I
fail on
I
that intro, G.
well,
Yeah, I'm doing great.
It is childhood in Greeley.
Oh, man. Childhood in Greeley. This is actually really cool because all three of us grew up here, so that makes it so much better.
Except, I mean, some of us were born here and others were born in Texas that claim Colorado as their own.
I was there for a year. I don't remember shit, dude. Of course I'm going to claim
Still doesn't
Colorado.
count. Still doesn't
I
count.
was born here as well.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. I guess you guys have a conversation about this since I didn't have a childhood here, you fucks.
Yeah. I guess like one thing that I do just want to point out right off the bat is growing up in Greeley and Greeley now are two different cities completely.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's hit the waves up and downs, but I think it's definitely going up. I really am enjoying Greeley more so than I have like even in my 20s when all I did was party.
Yeah, I mean, I think this also just goes in with how old we're getting to, with the just like not trying to just drink and do crazy shit all the time.
I guess that's true.
I mean, we drink, we just don't do as much crazy shit.
Yeah.
We get way more responsible now.
That's fair.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I, growing up here, I liked Greeley. I worked for the Chamber of Commerce for several years, but I'll tell you, I agree with you. Greeley is definitely on its way up, but we've got to get rid of this old like mentality. I mean, our city council and our mayors and our county commissioners, they're all fucking assholes. Yeah. I mean, they're all backwards thinking. I mean, the minute Colorado legalized the retail sale of marijuana, we got rid of it. But then they raise our taxes on everything else, and they're giving away millions of dollars.
To Garden City looks nice.
To Garden City, right.
Yeah.
And it's not stopping people from Greeley from doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just this, and as our friend Matt at 477, shows in the prohibition didn't work with booze.
Exactly.
So I just think that we've got these assholes that are worrying about the 51st state. Wanting Weld County to be the 51st state. And then we've got the same group of assholes that want to be part of Wyoming. I think when people, like when my kids' generation, and you guys are considerably younger than me, but when you guys are in charge, it needs to change. And but the problem is this generation's busting their ass to make house payments.
Yeah, exactly.
And so what we're doing is we're giving the leadership to these old people that have nothing else to do.
No, I agree with that 100%. I think there's also something big to be said about that. Our generation is very unique in the sense that we have technology with information all the time.
Right.
And so being a city, quote unquote, I think helps a lot. So people like Tommy, people like Neil, people
Absolutely.
like Matt, a lot of these people who are trying to just make Greeley into like, hey, like I know you guys like, because it's a utopian, it's supposed to be a utopian city. So, just being that like, hey, like we don't want alcohol here, but it's like
also throw Eli Corliss in that deal as well.
Yeah.
I mean, what he's doing down at the Moxie, nobody would have ever attempted to do that again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, the acts he's bringing in and the stuff he's doing is it rivals what actually I would put Eli's schedule, Eli's list lineup against any year the Civic Center's ever done in Eli's beat.
Yeah, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. Yeah. And but I think it's also one of those things that I like calling this like the taint area, where we're going from like an old generation mindset to more of that new mindset, and we're literally in the middle of it right now.
Yeah. So now that like people like myself and G are becoming that age of like where we have influence, quote unquote.
I think that is Chris' announcement. He's running for mayor.
Yeah, I think so. Chris running for mayor.
I think we're gonna have Chris for mayor.
His thing is going to be Chris Arias. Let's get fucked.
Well, you're already fucked. Let's just get more fucked.
And I'll just go there,
it's just let's unfuck it.
Yeah. Chris Arias, more fucked.
But way cooler.
Right. More fun.
No, okay. So you, where did you grow up in?
I grew up in Greeley. My dad grew up in Greeley. My dad has a family business that has been here. In 2024, Noffsinger Manufacturing will have been on the same street corner for 100 years.
That's so cool, man.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's so
100 years. And so I grew up in College Green area off 16th Street and 47th.
That's kind of my area right now.
16th Street, when I grew up, didn't connect to Bittersweet. It stopped by where that church is on I don't know.
That's actually
St.
where you're
Paul's.
at.
Yeah, it stopped there.
That's literally in the area where I live.
There.
That's crazy.
And I remember I walked everywhere. I mean, I walked and took the city bus everywhere when I was a kid. And, my dad graduated from Greeley West in 1968, and there was a letter to the editor that said they should call it East Loveland High because Greeley will never grow that far west.
Damn. Suck it.
Yeah, now Greeley West is like central.
Right.
Greeley
that area
Central
could be
is
very
like
easily
east.
be central Greeley. So.
Now, what are things that you've that are still around that were around when you were around? I'm not trying to age you, by the way.
No,
it's
fine. That's fine. You know what? I'm 47 years old. I turned 47 3 days ago.
That's
4 days ago.
Hell yeah!
And
that was a party.
my mom found a picture of my 13th birthday several years ago, and she showed me, and it was me and my two buddies. My buddies I was talking about earlier from my rap band, and neither one of those guys made it to 30.
Yeah.
And so I'll never complain about getting old. It beats the alternative, right?
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
I like that mindset, man. I might steal that from that. Super dope.
Take it. It's. I have a lot of friends that didn't get to do the things that I got to do, and so I do it kind of for them. So one of the big things that let's see what's still here. Fonta's.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Fonta's Pizza.
Both my brothers underage illegally worked at Fonta's Pizza as their first job. They got paid under the table.
Yep.
I mean, to completely legally work there and got paid legitimately and paid all their taxes.
I think after 7 years, it doesn't matter.
Okay,
I don't know if you remember when Fonta's had the water feature in it.
I do. It was like a fountain thing or something. Yeah,
fountain,
like out of the wall.
Yeah, so right in the middle.
Oh, in the middle. That's right.
That's
right.
Step up.
Yep, that's right.
Yep. Fonta's is Farmer's Inn. I know that's not Greeley, but Farmer's Inn was a big deal when I was
I remember
a kid.
that.
Down in LaSalle. You ever been to Farmer's Inn?
No.
Oh, we'll have to go down to Farmer's Inn sometime. It's a Mexican food restaurant that's...
Actually, I think I was there. Maybe. I don't know.
It's not bad. Like, even for, like, G's overly high standards of Mexican food.
Well, I guess, I'm not a real Mexican. I just play one on TV.
Yeah.
So I don't know what it's like. But
you would make a good cartel.
Okay,
yeah,
thanks. Yeah, thanks. But there's, I don't know that there's a whole lot. I mean, I don't know that there's a whole lot. No movie theaters exist from when I was a kid. They're all
that's
gone.
true. And
Let's
like
see, the Carmike, was the Carmike around?
Yeah, and that's a church.
Yeah.
And that was the Cooper.
Oh, the Cooper. The Cooper
was
twin.
there.
Yeah.
And then I saw that just recently they tore down the mall one.
Oh, yeah.
The mall theater.
Yeah.
Not Cinemark, but the one that was, I know.
Yeah,
the one that was further east. Yeah.
Twin or whatever.
Yeah. I remember the last movie I saw there was...
I was about to ask you, too. So that's
Lily Tomlin and Steve Martin, All of Me. I think it was Lily Tomlin in that movie.
Yeah, they tore down that one. And then there was a discount theater off of 10th Street.
It's a glass place now.
Yeah.
It's Wilshire is what it was called originally. And then it was a $2 theater.
The Bittersweet Twin.
Yep.
That's
Bittersweet.
That's like a Chili's now or something.
No, it's Walgreens.
It's a bank, right?
No, it's Walgreens.
Off 10th Street?
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's that whole lot where there's the...
Yeah, I think it is that lot.
What's that bank?
Advantage or First National?
They
US
changed its name in 6
I don't
months
remember.
anyway.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But yeah, no.
It's called Bank.
Yeah, it's just called Bank.
Now, do you remember Wanaco?
Oh, yes.
Dude. Did you ever
Wait,
go there?
what was it called?
Warnaco West.
Warnaco?
You're like, you remember Warnaco?
Yeah, it's right by my hood.
Yeah. You
old
mean
school one, the downtown
Warnaco
one?
Hey,
West?
fucking Wanaco, man.
Are you talking the old school one?
Yeah,
or the
right
one
by
that was
Arlington
out
Peace,
west?
Island Grove.
Okay,
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I do remember that. And that's... Yeah,
First kiss, Paul? Was that your first kiss?
No, actually, my first kiss. That's funny you say it. My first kiss was at the Warnaco West.
Oh, nice.
The one out. Wait, it's Top Shelf now. It's Top Shelf.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that.
Dude, that was like memory lane, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh,
I remember
Shoot
going.
the Duck and Snowball Couples. Those were the skate roller skating things.
And that was the boonies back in the day too, man.
Right? Yeah.
Oh,
like
you'd
you'd.
work out west, and that was about as far west as Greeley went.
Yeah, pretty much. And yeah, I remember going there for all of the things for school. And I didn't even roller skate. I literally played the arcade games all night.
The slow skate.
Yep.
Man, not much has changed. I mean, a lot has changed from Greeley too, but I think for those natives, I think there's a lot of those like little things that you're just like, oh yeah.
But hey, G, guess what?
What's up?
That is time.
Holy shit! Sorry, guys, I took all the time.
That was 7 minutes.
Get used to it.
No,
Yeah,
no, it's
that's
good.
the point. That's
All
the
right,
point.
all
That was good conversation, man. So don't ever apologize.
Yeah, our last guest that we had was Sadie with Big Country, and you and her are the guests that we've probably had the most that talk the best.
Yeah, dude. So
like we barely had to do anything,
All right.
and that's our favorite.
Yeah, I'm sure people are tired of hearing us. So Paul,
All right.
your sexy.
Well,
your,
let's see if I can't make him tired of hearing me too.
Your lovely, sexy voice is always welcome.
Oh yeah, there's a DVD extra coming on this one.
I think you
Stay
spelled
tuned
coming wrong.
for it.
Oh no! Moving on. Y'all are gross.
Round 2.
I like that.
Gotta go back.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Let's go to the second
take another
subject.
one?
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right.
All right, Mr. Paul. What's the second subject?
South Park.
Oh,
Man, this
man.
is all you guys. I've never watched an episode of South
You never
Park.
watched South Park?
Nope.
All right, we got this. It's
All right.
all good.
All right.
I do know about Casa Bonita
Yeah.
There's an
Oh yeah, they
episode-
did just buy that. Yeah.
So glad they bought it.
and the concert they're having at Red Rocks.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
With
about
Ween
that.
and
I had no idea they were throwing a
it's
concert.
Primus and Ween.
Dude, yeah, like they
That
got.
makes a lot of sense.
So
though.
not even talking about South Park, we're just talking about Matt and Trey Parker, right? Because they're they brothers.
no,
No,
it's Matt
but it-
Stone and Trey Parker.
Yeah, they
what
were
it is,
roommates
yeah.
at CU, right?
Yep, they went to Sco Buffs together.
That's right. Like they are making moves, and it's super dope to see that. Like they just signed a huge deal with like Paramount Plus, I guess, where they're like guaranteeing like 8 movies or something like that.
Cool.
And they're like they're well off for sure, but they're also investing that into just like making some really cool shit. So not only is it like they're still doing South Park, they're still doing this, and they're doing like Book of Mormon, things like that.
Well, I saw the book. I did see Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
It's really
And I
good.
think that was more so Trey Parker than Matt Stone.
Yeah.
Because I think Trey Parker is more of like the musical one. than
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
Matt
he's the one that
Stone.
writes all the. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's awesome. But just the fact that they've been able to do that long has been really cool to see.
Yeah, I mean, how many seasons? They got to be like 20, right?
They're like they're almost at 30.
Yeah, I
they?
think they're like 20 plus easily.
You know, similar. I saw Mike Judge, who did Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
He was on Letterman one time, and he made a little skit of Beavis was Dave Letterman and Butthead. No, Butthead was Letterman, and Beavis was Paul Schaefer. And Letterman looks at him and shakes his head and goes, that was so stupid. He said, I could have done that. And Mike Judge says, yeah, but I did it first. That's totally what the South Park guys did. It's, is
I will say round of applause to both of those, like both of those groups. Yeah, like King of the Hill, super awesome, and like Silicon Valley, if you've never seen it, is so good. And then King Beavis and Butthead. I guess it just came out with a new movie. That's
I watched it. I watched it the day it came out.
Heard it's pretty funny, and that's definitely. And I'm sure that's more like your like.
Oh, that was when I was in high school.
Upcoming, yeah,
for sure. That was when I was in high school. Yeah,
that's awesome, man. Yeah, I love Beavis and Butthead, but yeah, I guess we have to go back to
South Park. Yeah,
well, yeah, like
you get where I was going with that.
But yeah, like South Park. When I was in high school, I really started watching it, and I was already season like 8 or 9.
Yeah,
by when I was like a freshman in high school, so it was already been going for a minute.
I wonder if they still do like the episode before like the weekends kind of thing. I think they might have gone away from that.
I still think they do one episode in a week.
I think they do that, right?
Yeah, it's called 7 Days. Well, they have the whole documentary only called 7 Days to Air, and they basically have like a structured outline of what they want, and they voice it, animate it, and send it
in a week.
Wow.
Yeah, so like before it premieres, like they probably Comedy Central probably gets like 2 hours before the actual premieres.
Yeah, so they do that so they can keep it as relevant as possible for things that happened. Like when Obama won the presidency back in 2004, they had the episode premiered the day after the elections, and they had Obama winning the elections. And it was like this huge conspiracy of how like the Canadians did something.
Of course.
Of
course.
But it was like the day after the election. I'm just like, dude, that's...
Yeah. No, I love impressive. South Park. I tried watching a little bit more, like as much as I can, but it's just... I mean, there's just so much. Like, and there's a lot that I've missed in between, like, when I was actually watching religiously and then just now kind of casually, but...
Yeah, I just, like, don't have time to watch TV as much as I want to anymore.
They made this one episode recently, which was, everyone's becoming a realtor.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
And so Cartman becomes a realtor because his mom's working, so he hates that his mom's working, so he's, like, trying to, like fix her, and, like... Everything he does to like show a house is like verbatim exactly how realtors do it. It was so good.
That's funny.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. I feel like South Park when it first started off was just very much like let's just piss people off, and now it's just kind of like let's piss off specific people. Like the whole Kanye thing was my favorite.
Oh, I'm glad you brought it up because I don't know if you know this or not. I hate Kanye West.
Oh yeah,
despise. I mean, he is the worst person in all of the world, and his music's terrible. Find one song. This is my challenge. Are you guys fans?
I'm a fan to a point.
Okay. Yeah, I was like fan like 12 years ago.
In his whole catalog that is better than Tribe Called Quest Scenario.
Oh, there's a couple.
Okay.
There's a couple.
I don't know if it's better.
Or Rob Bass and Easy Rock, It Takes Two.
Oh, God. That's amazing. I love it.
No, I'll put those two songs up against anything that Kanye wrote.
No, there's a couple. Okay, so early Kanye was really good. Like anything he did with like Common.
Now,
like
I also need a preface that was saying I have never listened to one Kanye West song in my entire life.
No, dude, like,
but I just know it can't be as
and
good
like
as
all
Scenario.
of my favorite Kanye lines are when he's featured on someone else's song.
Yeah, for sure. No, I agree with that 100%. No, I think Kanye's an idiot for sure. There was a point where I really, really did enjoy him, but I think it was when that like around that South Park when they did like the gay fish thing, where I was just kind of like, dude, you're just like way too in your head, like I know that you want more, but you also have to just kind of give yourself a chance to just appreciate what you've
Seth
been doing.
MacFarlane makes fun of him as well on the Cleveland show.
Yeah,
with the character Kenny West.
I didn't know that.
If you ever watch the Cleveland show, there's a character named Kenny West.
I didn't get into that one for sure.
Yeah.
So. So I know you don't watch much, but do you have like a favorite character from South Park? If you were to name one,
well, the kid that always dies.
Oh, Kenny.
Yeah, that's a good one. And then isn't there a poop?
Yeah, Mr. Hanky.
Yeah, Mr. Hanky, and the teacher that's.
Whatever.
What the heck's his name?
It was Mr. Garrettson, then Miss Garrettson, then Mr. Garrettson, then
so it really,
Miss Garrettson again.
And I do know that Les Claypool, who is a genius, did the soundtrack or does this theme song.
Yeah, see, and that's why that's like he still does, and like he's updated it over the last few years, so he has like 3 South Park versions now. I think.
Okay.
But I went to see Les Claypool. I don't even remember, like years ago, maybe like 5 to 7 years ago, and he did like the South Park intro, and people went like opened with it. He was like, coming down South Park, I'm gonna have myself time. It was great. It was fantastic.
I missed him on this last tour. They did Farewell to Kings.
Yep, I saw that at Mission. Yeah, I almost bought tickets to go again because they're coming down to Southern Colorado.
Okay,
so I saw them at Mission. and it was awesome.
Oh man,
it was so good because I love Rush is my other favorite bass player ever. Yeah.
Do you know what we're talking about?
No, I do, but you guys are nerding. I'm just like letting y'all do your thing.
Yeah, he doesn't listen to Primus or Les Claypool.
That's not true. Just not as much.
I got to see. Now we've gotten way off subject, which is my
still in there.
I saw Rush when I was in high school.
Oh, nice.
And they were on the Roll the Bones tour.
Okay.
And it was. I mean, the music that comes out of those three guys is.
I agree with that.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So I saw Oysterhead.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
As my last concert before the pandemic, and then I saw Primus as my first concert from the pandemic. So I doubled up on Les Claypool.
Nice. So you're probably like a Bernie Worrell and Bootsy and those guys.
Oh, definitely.
And Buckethead.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking to like the okayest bassist in Greeley for sure.
The okayest bassist in Northern Colorado, sir.
Okay, sure. No, that's fine. Yeah. So South Park, huh?
Yeah, back to South.
I mean, I picked the wrong one.
Yeah, we skirted around.
Do I get a veto on one? You said earlier.
Yeah.
I should have vetoed South Park.
We committed, man. This is as far as
well, guess what?
If the next one's algebra, I'm really fucked.
That was time anyway.
I think all three of us are. If algebra were to come up, we'd be like, oh no.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think about South Park, Les Claypool,
or Les Claypool,
or Rush, or Bernie Worrell, or Buckethead, or Bootsy.
That's right.
And Kanye. Fuck Kanye.
Fuck Kanye. Kanye 2024.
Oh god, I hope it doesn't happen.
Oh my god,
there's so many things I wish I don't have in 2024, but we'll leave that for another day.
Yeah, we should move on.
Move on to their subject.
Coming soon, a new podcast called
Fuck That Guy.
3.
All right, Paul, what's the third
Worst
subject?
vacations.
Worst vacations. All right, the worst vacations. Recently I went to Telluride with Chris. That fucking sucked.
I mean, but for real though, that hotel or motel we stayed at in Durango,
Go fuck itself.
that was so sketchy.
Yeah, so
What was the hotel called? You got name.
I think it was literally called Motel Durango.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, we got there and like, that was just so weird.
Yeah. So the room was only.
It was a great trip, by the way. It was a great trip.
Overall trip was fine.
The hotel was fucking
yeah.
awful.
Firstly, like, yeah, we walk in. The hotel room's only $100 for the night. So it's whatever. They made us put down like a $250 deposit for the room, and I'm like, what? Well, you have to fucking put down a deposit for a shitty ass motel room? Like, what?
I mean, I guess enough people fuck it up that
That's why I was just like, what the fuck?
Or steal the TV or something. Yeah.
and jerked off on the TV. That would they made it worth my while.
Yeah, exactly.
was the
Getting my
cleanest
$250 worth.
Right.
Gross.
When all we did was drink all night and pass out for like 4 hours and then leave.
That's also why I don't get like expensive hotels when I'm just like out and about, like vacationing, because I'm just like, I'm not going to be in this room, so fuck it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, I don't want bed bugs, but you know.
Yeah, I guess that's the number one thing you'd pay for at a motel or hotel is to not get bed bugs.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Any bad vacations you've had? I actually have a few.
Fire away.
Yeah. So the first one was, I think, the second time I went back to Austin after I moved back. I made a friend up there. He's a super nice guy. I love him to death. But he had this friend friend that I had no idea who she was, and she was just like super like white basic bitch. Oh, it was the fucking worst. Like, oh my god, like when are we gonna go get some food? And just like that shit, you know? It took the entire
just
fucking
whine and
time,
complain the whole time.
I'm like, bitch, what are you complaining about? You're white. You're fine. Like, Jesus Christ. And I just like took a picture. I'm just like this whole time, like, please help me.
He's gonna lose that one
No,
too.
it's okay. I got this.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
He fidgets a lot. He fidgets.
Did that one. I had a trip in Miami once where I had to sleep in the restroom because my buddy, like, I snore when I drink, and he's like, you just snore way too much. So I just slept in the bathroom just to be nice.
Wow.
That sucked.
Yeah, I just tell those people fuck off. It's like, you snore way too loud. I'm like, yeah, well, fucking plug your ears. I don't want to tell you, man.
Bachelor party where I had a buddy fight me because he was like pissed off. That was nice. I'm not a fighter. You know I'm not a fighter. I'm just kind of like, so.
Yeah, I could whip your ass. That's fine.
Shit.
See, now he's a
I could
fighter.
just do this.
Now he's a fighter.
I'm not even fighting. I'm just doing this.
Yeah, you don't work out
I
enough.
had this conversation with some friends recently. I've never been in a fight in my life. I've never punched anybody, and I've never been punched.
We need to put that in the hat.
And I mean, I'm okay with that. I
Yeah.
mean, even if you win, it still fucking hurts, right?
Yeah, right,
I mean,
yeah.
I just never been that mad.
I've been in a fight when I was younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I slapped this kid because I didn't want to punch him, and he freaked out and he stopped.
Nice.
He's like,
Nice.
yeah.
That's funny.
Nice.
Stop it.
Well, I'm very, very, very lucky. I get to travel all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's the dream, right?
I had 12, like I said, 12 airplanes in the last 14 weeks, and some cities. I made a list of 5. My New Year's resolution was I want to visit 5 cities I've never been to. I had that done by March 1st.
That's awesome, man.
You know,
Nice.
and I've been able to my life. I've been able to travel all over the world. I think the worst. I don't know that I've had a bad vacation. I've had some bad days. I was in Istanbul, Turkey, and my now ex-wife, my then wife, and daughters and I wanted to. We did this big Mediterranean cruise, and so we had days in certain cities. And I wanted to go to the Grand Bazaar. I don't know if you're familiar with the Grand Bazaar in Turkey. Yeah. It's the world's oldest outdoor market. There are families that have owned stalls in this market that go back to biblical times. Nice. The same family can trace it back to biblical times.
Yeah, because Istanbul was a Constantine,
yes.
Right?
And Constantinople. It's the only city that is in 2 continents. It's the gateway between Asia and Europe. It was where the spice trade came from.
Yeah.
And so we left my youngest one, Ren. She was probably 7, at this kid camp. And we get in a cab and we go to the spice market. And so my then wife and daughter are in the back. And Leah was probably, let's say 14 or 15.
Yeah.
And so I tell the guy, spice market, or Grand Bazaar, spice market, same place. And he takes us, and I've mapped this out, and I know where we're going.
Yeah.
And he's going the wrong way. And I said, hey, we should have gone there to go to the Grand Bazaar. And he goes, yes, but first I'm taking you to my brother-in-law's leather shop. It's 10 minutes outside of town. He goes, best prices of leather in all of Turkey. And I said, I've got friends that are waiting on us for lunch. Yeah. We're running late. I've got to get there. He's like, this will be very fast, very fast. And I'm thinking, shit, I'm going to have my throat slit. Yeah. My kids are going Liam Neeson style. Right?
Yeah.
And my kid, my wife. And I said, if you could just drop us off at the Grand Bazaar, I'd appreciate that. And, I'll tip you a little bit extra if you take us there right now. Yeah. And he picks up his phone, he's on the phone, and he's yelling. There's yelling going back and forth in a language I don't understand. And I said, listen, I'll give you
Spanish.
50, English sometimes. I said, I'll give you $50 if you let us out right here.
Yeah.
And he says, show me the 50. So I wasn't about to pull up my whole wallet, so I reached in and grabbed something, and like it was a 50, and I showed it to him, and he slams on the brakes, says, get out. So we ended up walking like 2 miles through downtown Istanbul to get to the spice market, and my wife's like, what in the fuck's going on? How do I thought you were going to take us. I didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And so that night we're back at the boat, and we're safe, and I'm telling you the short version of this, because it was
terrifying,
it was fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
And so we finally calmed down, we're at dinner, and I said, okay, I got to tell you guys the story. And I told them what happened, and the look on my wife and daughter's face was like, shit.
Yeah.
And Leah, God bless her heart, my stepdaughter, who's now 24 and an awesome grown-up, looks at my kid, at the little one, and says, oh, man, what would you have done?
Yeah.
What would you have done had we not come back?
That's fucking crazy.
And my kid looks up and she goes, man, I'd have really been screwed because Dad had my card to get into the arcade and I wouldn't have been able to get into the arcade. Man. So that's one of the only other time I've been scared. I've been to New Orleans, I'll bet 60 times in the last 5 years. And last December, I decided to walk.
I remember the story.
I decided to walk. It was 1.4 miles to go meet a friend of mine for dinner. And it was a December night. It was like a Tuesday. You walk everywhere. And I just got into a part of town that I was walking down the middle of the street because it was the only place that was lit, and it was an industrial area, and the alleys between the big warehouses were so dark you couldn't see down them, but you could hear down them. And nothing happened, but it was the only time. It was the only time in the 60 times I've been in New Orleans, 50, 60 times that I've ever felt dangerous.
That's crazy.
Danger, man. But it was enough to spook me a little bit.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, I don't think I could top that. Chris, you have any scary stories?
No, not even close to that.
The toilet didn't work once.
I was threatened by a witch at the witch market in La Paz, Bolivia. Because we were taking pictures and she thought we were stealing souls.
Oh, okay.
How'd you deal with that?
Just moved on. I mean, what do you do? What do you do? Fight a witch?
Right? Yeah, right. It's a terrible idea.
Right. I've been. I was told by a guide in La Paz, Bolivia, if you get in trouble, don't go to the cops. They're more crooked than the criminals.
Oh yeah.
Go to the bank security guys.
Really?
So yeah. I've been. I
got to travel with Paul, man.
Yeah, right.
It's an adventure.
Well.
That is sad, dude. That's crazy. Those are some...
traveling is that's going to be the second chapter of my life. I've decided the world to me is the world to everybody is only this small.
Yeah,
and you can get across the country in a day for $300 or $400 if you do it right.
Absolutely.
And you can go see. We need to look at ourselves. I think this is the position we've gotten in with our country, and we can get hopefully political later. we look at ourselves as citizens of Greeley or citizens of Colorado or citizens of the United States. If we all looked at ourselves like the Europeans look at themselves as citizens of the world, we might be a little bit better off.
I agree with that 100%.
I agree with that, Jay.
So, cheers to that. Yeah, we haven't cheers at all today, so cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking that dub.
Oh, you know what we forgot to cheers to? This is episode number 80.
Oh, yeah. You're part of episode number 80.
This is episode number 80.
Does that have any special meaning to you? Like, I mean, like, you know, like
so
with what you do.
I saw that Skip got to change his episode number to like 69.40.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to change this to honorary episode number 666.
Okay. All right, we can do that.
And if we ever get to the point where you have 666 episodes, you're definitely going to be on it.
Yeah, awesome. I'm trying to get my Facebook friends to 666 friends, and then it's going to be one in, one out.
Like your club bouncer.
So I'm accepting every friend request I can get until I get to 666, and then I've got a list of people. You're out. Fuck
you're out. You're God. You're God.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, you're God. Yeah, fuck that guy.
It's going to be me or you first, watch.
Oh, no. I'll tell you, every time I do a show, I get a friend request from every shitty magician out there wants to be, you know. And I think I hate magicians. I hate them. They're the worst people in the world.
It's like cowboy fans.
Well, it's funny that you hate magicians because I am not a fan of like a lot of like musicians that I play with, and like we go to a show.
Dick.
Yeah, not you, obviously.
Okay. Yeah,
and Ben doesn't listen to your show.
Yeah, Ben. He's not awake enough to listen to it
for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, like a lot of like bands, like we open for, or they open for us, or whatever order. And then there's like, hey, let's be friends. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'll be friends with them for like 2 weeks and then unfriend them because I'm just like, I don't really.
Well, some of my best friends in the world are magicians. And it's because we share the same, we hate magicians. You know,
solid.
No, I get that. I totally understand that. We'll save it for DVD extras though, because I know that's going to be a good one. I'm actually very excited for DVD extras. So let's move on to the fourth round.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Round 4.
All right. So, Paul, before you pick out, actually, are we good to go?
Yeah,
I don't know.
we're ready.
Make sure. See, Paul knows what's up.
It's fucking showbiz.
Yeah, we're terrible at it. It's great. All right, Paul. So we know you do. Okay, so I don't want to call you a magician.
So that's the hard thing. As I mentioned, I hate magicians, and to advertise my show as a magic show, I think it's not giving it the credit it deserves.
Yeah.
So there's no card tricks. There's no so what some buddies and I that do the same kind of magic that we together, we've kind of come up with a way to describe it as it's an intimate evening of mystery and illusion.
Okay.
Yeah. Or an evening of intimate mysteries and illusion, but same thing. And it's just it's storytelling. It's ghosty. It's turned into some hilarious jokes, and I'll tell you one, and it's
sounds like my love life in my 20s.
My first, I did a show recently for Matt Estrin at his bar in Fort Morgan. You've played out there, right?
Yeah.
What a cool place out in Fort Morgan.
That's wild over there, man. Yeah.
That building is huge.
It is.
We were not expecting many people. We had sold like 14 tickets the day of, and we had over 65 people show up for my show. Man. And it was the first time that in the ticket link it said, some material may not be suitable for all audiences. And I was like, oh, I've made it. I've gotten the so it's not magic. It's mystery and storytelling. And so, yeah, that's the best way to describe it.
Nice.
Can you show something?
So yes, absolutely. So a lot of people ask me where I get my inspiration. And I tell them I get most of my inspiration from books and movies.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, I watched this amazing documentary on drugs the other night, and I liked it so much I'm gonna start watching all my movies that way. I found this piece just so I could tell that joke. So what I've got here, the camera's there, so I'll show you. What I've got, and you guys can be my eyes and ears. We'll move. The guy here a little bit. So I've got. I'm a horror movie fanatic, as you can see by looking around. I've got the
horror.
Horror.
Yeah.
Oh, did you say horror movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was in a previous life. But what I've got here is a bunch of movie posters, and this was a collection, but some of these have disappeared. Like Rosemary's Baby, back there's my favorite horror movie of all time.
That's a dope cover too.
So if you, what I'm gonna have you do is, I don't want to see what you're gonna pick. So take a small. Here, I'll give you guys each half.
Okay, are we both taking one?
So so what I need you to do is I need you to look through there and find a movie that you've seen. Okay, and then when you're there, put that on top so you're looking at the poster.
Okay.
And while you guys are doing that, I'll tell everybody, Facebook, the Mystery Collection. That's where you get all the information for my shows. I've got some really, really rad T-shirts I'm also doing some fundraising for the Boys and Girls Club for their dancing thing, so you can get all that there. You got one? I don't want to see what it is. That's the key. So hold it up. So I
do you have one?
Yeah,
I think I have one, but I'm not sure. Can we switch? Is that okay? Or does it matter?
It doesn't matter to me. I mean, when I do this for crowds of 60, it doesn't take this long.
I'm stuck. Yeah, you good?
I think so. Hold on. I'm the worst person because I don't like horror movies.
Okay.
Not that I don't like horror movies. I'm just a little bitch and like being scared.
Okay.
My viewers know that.
You don't like being scared?
I don't, dude. I really don't.
Well, you know what? Just find a movie you know something about.
No, I got it.
No, I don't want to see it, so hold it up here.
You have it?
So now I don't want to see it. I don't want to see any of them. So that's the key.
Okay.
So now what these are is they're collectible cards. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to turn my head so I can't see, flip it over. And so you're looking at the list on the back of this is the most instruction-y part of my entire show. On the back of it is a list of all of the sets, all the cards that came in that set. So I'm not going to look. So flip the cards over.
Okay.
Okay, got it? Now your movie's on that list, right? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Wait.
Chris?
Yes.
The movie you're thinking of is on that list.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm going to have you do, G, I'll start with you. There's a dozen or so on that list?
Yeah.
So what I want you to do is read 5 or 6 of them in any order. So you don't think I've memorized the cards. In any order, but make sure you include the one that you're thinking of. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try to pick a scene of that movie out of your head.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hellraiser, Saw, Halloween, The Invisible Man. How many do I have left? Mummy?
Just a couple, yeah.
Texas Chainsaw
stop
Massacre.
right there. So the scene from this movie that you're thinking of,
I hate this already.
it's like a little puppet, and it's on a bicycle. And it's
God damn it, I hate you so much.
Is that right?
so
You're thinking
much.
of Saw, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Chris, all right, same thing. You got any questions on the instructions?
This
No,
is
I
bullshit,
think I
you
got
guys. I don't like it.
All right. Dracula, Creature from the Black Lagoon, The Omen, Wicker Man, The Birds, Dawn of the Dead.
Okay. So the movie you're thinking of has been remade since the one on the poster.
Yeah.
And I'm going to guess, this is a hard one because there's some pretty iconic scenes in this one. It's towards the end, it's Christopher Walken, and there's a big statue, and it's on fire, and there's a man inside of it screaming his head off. You're thinking of the Wicker Man, is that right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I hate this game. This is stupid.
So there you go.
That was sick, dude.
Yeah,
Round of applause. Round of applause, Chris. Round of applause.
Yeah.
Thanks. This is one of the keys. This is in every Mystery Collection show. It's very much
It's yellow.
Thank you.
I forgot what color it was. We haven't done this in a while.
For Paul, yeah.
Thanks. So it gives me a chance to tell a joke. It gives me a chance to talk about horror movies.
Oh man, that was. I hate that because I'm just like how. And I'm also the kind of guy that I really want to know how, but I need to get better at just like
Letting it go. You don't have to always be in charge.
I know. Speaking of which, Paul picked the next one.
All right. So is this number 4? Is this number 4?
Yeah, number 4.
Number 4. This might be the longest episode we've done.
Oh my god.
Is it?
Fuck that guy. Yes.
Fuck yeah.
That's pretty good.
Oh man, I'm gonna get in trouble on this one. I know I'm gonna get in trouble.
The subject is fuck that guy, and we'll put some rules. We'll leave it to people that everyone knows. Yeah, maybe
like non-local people.
Yeah,
Because there's plenty of local people that we could talk about, but
Coming soon. Fuck that Greeley guy with your hosts,
That
G,
no-go guy.
Chris, and Paul.
and Paul. See, dude, he has a voice, man.
He does.
He
He
have
does.
a voice.
oh man,
Okay, so we'll start off with Kanye. Absolutely.
Yeah, fuck Kanye West. The most despicable human. He calls himself a rock star and takes 12 people to write one song and compares himself to Freddie Mercury. Freddie Mercury wrote Night at the Opera, arguably one of the greatest albums of all time, by himself.
Yeah.
All the music, all the lyrics. Fuck that guy.
yeah, fuck that guy for sure.
Fuck, I wish you had a button for that. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, my voice. I'll do a whole bunch of ways like, fuck that guy. Fuck that guy.
Oh, how do I do this? I can do this.
Oh
I
wait,
can do this.
this might have to be one. All right, well, Chris figures that out. I'll keep it going. Man, I'm gonna say it, and I hate getting. No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Fuck it.
All right, hold on.
Mitch McConnell and Ted Cruz. Fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys, both of them. Fuck them.
All right.
Ready? Go for it. Wait.
Which ones do you want? Just a bunch?
Just
No,
say, let's start it over now. All I have to do is go, fuck that guy.
Ready? 1, 2.
Fuck that guy.
Ugh, there you go.
Let's hear it. Fuck that guy. Oh, please play that at least once.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna happen.
Maybe that's like on every DVD extra. You say, okay, here's the next topic. Fuck that guy. Who is it?
All right.
Sorry,
who'd you say? I wasn't paying. I was
Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz. Isn't he just
man.
so hateable? I mean, everything about that fucking guy.
I didn't know he was born
hateable.
in Canada.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, remember when Trump said it was like his grandpa was responsible for killing Kennedy or something, or Fidel Castro, or
I don't even know.
There was all that. Yeah.
See, what I don't understand is like Trump talked mad shit about all these people during the primaries, and now they're all like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?"
But now they're all writing books about him.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
talk about turning, you know.
Yeah, just play it real quick.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah. Who else is there?
Oh, there's a lot.
I would say Tom Brady. I used to say fuck that guy, but now I like him. I like Tom Brady now.
I will still
It's
say
hard to not like that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to hate him as well.
Once he left the Patriots, I was like, you know
But
what?
so he
You're
leaves
kinda
Patriots
cool.
and he was the Broncos nemesis. Now he goes to the Buccaneers and he's my Saints nemesis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't get rid of him.
Yeah. I don't know. So, like, I would hate on Tom Brady if Tom Brady didn't show that he can do it without Bill Belichick.
No, absolutely. He won that battle for sure.
Yeah. So, and, like, I kind of want to know, but, like, if I were to sum it up, I don't know if I hated Tom Brady or hated Bill Belichick.
No, you hated the Patriots is what it was.
Yeah. So,
Also,
I don't know. I would say definitely Bill Belichick.
We need to
in
make
that
a
one.
button that just says, that guy's cool.
I'm going to go ahead and say G.
Fuck that guy.
It's so good. I love it so much.
Yeah, guy, there's I mean, I don't know that there's anybody as hateable as Kanye West.
No, there definitely is.
I know.
Oh, Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I don't know enough about him. He's not
He's the white Kanye West.
okay. But he's with Megan Fox, right? And that's, I mean, you got to get.
Yeah.
I mean, Kim Kardashian was hot until a point.
Yeah, I guess that's
Yeah.
true.
So I actually, what's funny is I was debating on what shirt I was going to wear for the show today, and I have one that I got from Gary Holt from Slayer that says "Kill the Kardashians."
Oh, yeah,
Solid.
So
Yeah.
But instead, I wore my rap band shirt. I think, like Toby Keith and those guys. Fuck that guy too. And you know who else I don't like? Fuck Garth Brooks too. Right? I mean,
my God, Garth Brooks is such a fucking weirdo.
He's always crying and shit, and I get it, but whatever.
Dude, yeah, like some of his shit on Twitter is like the creepiest serial killer shit I've ever seen. Like he does goes live on IG or something. He's like making just deadpan eye contact. He's like, "Hey everybody, it's Garth Brooks here. Thanks for checking it out." And then like no emotion, no anything, just straight.
Oh, I know one that you're gonna say too.
Oh, I got one I want to add.
Taylor Swift.
Fuck that guy.
Doesn't work for the
No to the Tay-Tay, huh, Chris?
So it's not even that I don't like Taylor Swift as a person. I don't like Taylor Swift as a business person.
Okay.
To an extent. So what she did with like remaking her own albums was absolutely
Super
brilliant.
sick.
Absolutely brilliant.
Right, because she had lost control of him, right?
Yeah, so she didn't own the... So basically, long story.
Yeah.
Recording rights are into two parts. The writing rights and then the actual album that was recorded by the studio. So she had the writing rights, which means she can re-record them with whatever. So she did, but under her own studio, so now she owns them again. But it has to go back... It goes all the way back to when she was throwing a fit about Spotify not paying her enough money. But then you broke down the numbers. She was the number one highest paid person on Spotify per unit. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, that unit was still like point whatever 77 or 0075 cents or whatever it was. But if you equivalent that to how much money she would have made off Spotify, she almost made $3 million in a year.
Yeah.
She was rocking
I feel real sorry for her, right?
Yeah, she was rocking like $2,000 every hour or something stupid like that. So just the fact it's like, oh, they're not paying me enough money. I'm like, bro, you're making so much fucking money off Spotify.
Right.
Like, what are you fucking talking about? And then, just threw a whole fit, and then it caused a bunch of other artists to pull their music off of Spotify.
Well, Neil Young pulled it for I think it's a good reason. You know, Neil Young, he pulled it for Joe Rogan's another fuck that guy.
Yeah.
You know, but so I don't know. I'm Taylor Swift, I saw her when she opened at the Stampede when she was like 14 years old.
Yeah,
She opened for Brad Paisley.
Yeah.
And it just heard a guitar. That was kind of fun to say you saw her back then.
It's got to be hard being a child celebrity growing
she
into
never grew
that
up.
mess of it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's like what's happening with Bobby Millie Brown. Is that her name?
Yep.
Oh, the Stranger Things
McGulkin kid.
Yeah. Macaulay Culkin's actually really dope now.
Bro,
He's super
absolutely.
weird as fuck, but he's super dope.
His brother's a great. Rory, his brother's been in some really
Succession,
rad
right?
movies.
He's in Succession.
Oh, I haven't seen
that one.
He's in Lords of Chaos, and he's in. Yeah. Anyway,
The only one I know that he's in was Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah, he was in that one, huh?
Yeah.
Biggest fuck that guy, Jared Fogle.
okay. Fuck that guy.
For real,
That's
dude.
a deep cut. Like
Sorry.
everybody already forgot about the Subway guy, bro.
I know, but I'm totally just looking at like people that everyone.
So
hates.
I've got one. Wayne LaPierre, the head of the NRA.
Yeah,
You know what?
fuck that guy.
Fuck
dude.
that guy. Every time that one of these school shootings happens, or the parade is just the other day, or the grocery store in Buffalo, every time that happens and those fuckers dig their heels in, they're making more of me.
Yeah.
Who is
Yeah.
totally anti-gun. And people like me, when there's more of me than there is of them, we're going to remember their unwillingness to compromise.
Yeah.
And you know what? Fuck those guys.
Yep,
Yeah.
I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
What's the guy from A Farmer Bro? Remember that guy? That fucking guy?
The farmer, bro?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's the one that had like the cure for like, I think it was like HIV or something.
Oh,
like that.
Martin Shkreli.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pharma.
He
Pharma,
bought
bro.
the
Yeah,
Wu-Tang
yeah.
album.
Yeah.
He
yeah.
bought that
Fuck
Wu-Tang
that
album.
guy, dude.
Yeah.
What a pompous fuck.
Fuck that guy.
For
Dude, this
real.
is a good segment. I like, especially with that beautiful voice.
Thanks.
It sounds so good.
Well, on that note,
I'm glad to be part of it. I've got to be part of it going forward to fuck that guy.
That's definitely staying on the board.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says.
yeah, that was really good.
Fuck that guy. Who else?
Fuck that guy.
Who also are the fuck those people? Fuck that guy. Fuck that woman.
So
fuck those guys,
I did
peoples.
one of my Facebook shows, and I had the girls from the Booze BOOS and Bourbon podcast
Yeah.
on, and they get drunk and talk about ghosts. It's these two smoking hot girls that get drunk and talk about ghosts.
Yeah.
And so Matt donated a bunch of bottles. I shipped them up to Canada to him,
Nice.
and we sat for like 3 hours and just got shit faced.
Those are the best
Well, then it
podcasts.
turned into a fuck that guy, and I ran my mouth on a magician from Chicago
Yeah.
who I fucking hate. He's
Yeah.
a dick. His name's David Parr. Fuck David Parr. And fuck that guy. And somebody reported me. Another magician watching my show reported me to Facebook.
Yeah.
For harassment and hate speech.
Oh, that's stupid.
And Facebook took the episode down, and I lost it.
Yeah, you know
That
what?
sucks.
Fuck Mark Zuckerberg too. Why
Yeah.
not? Let's put that on there.
So fuck that guy.
All right, we got time for one more subject, and then we're gonna do some DVD extras afterwards. But I'm excited for this last subject, so let's get the transition going, and we'll get to it.
Final round.
All right, let's do this. All right, Paul. So the rule is for special guests, we have 4 subjects that we take from the hat, and then we have 1 subject that we talk about for 10 minutes instead of 7. So this is your time to tell us what the subject is.
All right. Well, I thought about this, and one of my big interests, and timer hasn't started yet.
No, not yet.
No, no.
Is I love the idea of spiritualism. I love the idea of that there are people still in 2022 that have dedicated their lives to the study of talking to ghosts. So what I thought we could do is share ghost stories or tarot reading stories. Have you ever had your tarot cards read?
No.
I have not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or fortune teller or anything esoteric, spiritualistic, like a ghost story or a phenomenon or something that you've
All right.
accomplished.
I like
Okay.
this. Let's do this. This is gonna get deep. So first and foremost, I guess I can ask all of you guys, and I think I know your answer, but I'm just not sure. Do we all believe in ghosts?
I definitely believe that. I don't know if it's ghosts. I don't know if it's spirits. I don't know what it is, but there's definitely something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I do not.
Okay.
I am a thick line skeptic, but the door is not closed.
That's
Yeah.
fair.
So it's like I don't believe in God.
So it's slightly agnostic. That might not be the right word, but
I just need the proof, you know.
Yeah.
And I have, but by saying that, I have friends, dear friends that I love as much, if not more than family, that are very spiritual, that are very Christian, or that are very esoteric, that love the tarot and that kind of stuff. But I will say, there's in the last couple weeks, there's been some things that have happened in my life that have made me kind of change my tune a bit.
I think
we'll get into that.
Yeah.
For sure.
So I mean, I guess to answer my own question, I am atheist. I don't really believe in God, but I also believe that energy has to go somewhere.
Yep.
And that's kind of where I'm just kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, there's got to be something. Maybe there's something after this. Maybe there's not. I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
Well,
it's super weird, but-
to paraphrase Arthur C. Clarke's, what's scarier? Arthur C. Clarke's quote is, "What's scarier, that we're the only intelligent life out there, or that we're not? What's scarier? What's scarier, that there isn't a higher being?"
I would say what's scarier is that if we are the only intelligent life, that we're the intelligent life.
No, absolutely.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that's where he's
We're
going.
so-
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy,
Fuck
man.
those people.
Yeah.
So tell us your ghost story. You said you had one.
Oh, ghost story. And that's the weird thing is, like, you know, when it comes to situations where you freak out about something like that, you just try to make excuses as to what that really was. And this is the one thing I can never explain. I was about 20, and I know I was about 20 because we were going to a hookah bar in Longmont because we couldn't drink. So it was me, my friend Gabby, and then her like crush with like I think his then girlfriend. It was such a weird thing. But they were in a Bronco. We were in my Geostorm. We were headed to Longmont, smoked some hookah. Then we were driving back, and we drive through this like I think it was like Colorado. I think I told you about this. It's like a road that's like
yes, you told me yes.
It's like the most haunted road in Colorado or whatever, and it's like northern Colorado, so it's like right like by Boulder or by Longmont and stuff. And we're driving. As soon as we turned there, I told Gabby, I was like, dude, I don't like this road. I was like, I have a really weird feeling about this. And as soon as we said that, my buddy who was driving in front was like, hey, just let's consider the most haunted road in Colorado. This and that. I'm like, just shut up, dude. I told you I'm a bitch. I don't like being scared. That's the whole garbage. So I thought for a fact I was like, it's just me because I'm that paranoid. So we're driving. I'm getting this eerie feeling. I was like, hey, just turn up the radio because I just don't like what I'm feeling right now. And like, I think I was making it worse for her. So then we're finally turning off to go to a different road. And as we turn off, we see this like white, like it looked like an eel, like two eels like that are like vertical, like coming towards us and then like go away.
Wow.
And so I just stayed quiet. I was like, I know I'm a bitch. I know I'm probably making this up in my head. And so as we're turning, Gabby, we looked at him. She's like, did you see that? I was like, Gabby, shut the fuck up. You didn't see shit. And as soon as she said that, they called us and told, did you see that? I was like, no fucking way. Like we were just, I was freaking out. Okay. I was like terrified. It was a scary feeling. And so afterwards we looked it up, and apparently on that road, there's like, you know, the whole like legendary thing of like, there's a lady with a wedding gown that's waiting for you, this and that. And I don't know. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it definitely wasn't a bird. It was just weird. And I was just like, all right, yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'm just never going to go down that road at night ever again.
That's a great story.
Ooh. You're just waiting to use that one.
I was waiting to use that. I don't know. I guess mine's not necessarily like an experience like that, but like I definitely used to just go fuck around in graveyards because that was the cool thing to do. So when I got in my first band in Greeley, one of the guys was like super into like that whole spiritualism. Is like, hey, let's see if we have good music. So we went to a graveyard and we played for the spirits, as he put it. We're like, yeah, okay, whatever. So we went, we just started playing, and I swear to God, like we had like the coolest jams ever. And we're like, oh, those were sick. And then we just kept getting deeper in the graveyard and kept going. And then the deeper we got into the graveyard, the less we could play. Like physically, like we just stopped. Like, oh, I forgot like what a chord is. Like we're just like, what the fuck?
That's rad.
And we're just
Did you record it? Did you record it?
No, we didn't. No. Yeah. So we're just like, so like we're jamming. Like, oh, this is sick. And we just kept moving in towards darker and spookier. Just keep going. And then like none of us could get together and sync up. But we're all still like, I don't know what's happening. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. That's rad.
And then, like, we're just like, all right, maybe we should leave. And then the guy whose idea it was to go play with the spirits, he's like, no, I think we should just go, like, just hang out just a little bit longer. At that exact moment that he fucking said that, lightning was just like, whoosh, and it started raining. And we're like,
no, we're going to go.
Yeah, I think we're going to go. Maybe this was a bad idea. I think we just pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah, dude. That's the thing is, like, I don't know. Because I'm also saying, like, I don't really believe in all this stuff as well, but sometimes just shit happens.
Like,
you're just like,
the weird coincidence.
Do you guys watch Ted Lasso?
Yeah.
So my favorite quote from Ted Lasso is it's Ted says it. That's the thing about coincidences. Sometimes they just happen.
Yeah.
But there's been some things in my life, specifically recently, but let me tell some. I mean, I hang out in graveyards as well. I collect grave dirt. I do rubbings. It's how you tell the real history of an area is to visit their graveyards.
Yeah.
And I've toured some graveyards in Scotland and Ireland, all over England. I recently went to Baltimore and I went and visited Poe's graveyard and got a full bag of grave dirt and brought it home.
Man,
and some of this, I had a cleaning crew come to my house and they quit because they wouldn't clean this basement. I mean, what you guys can't see is the shit all over this basement.
It's straight cuckoo people.
I've got Ouija boards everywhere and they wouldn't clean my basement because of Ouija boards.
Yeah.
And so there are people that believe this shit down here has powers.
Yeah.
But none of it's ever bothered me. None of this has ever bothered me. My friend Sarah was visiting she and her boyfriend Paul, who's one of my dear friends, were visiting from Little Rock. They slept in the guest bedroom over here, and I have 15 Ouija boards hung on the wall. And she said she has never had crazier dreams.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but I think that's kind of I kind of want to talk about this a little bit. It's just that psychological aspect of it, like how much of it is in your head, right?
Right.
I think a lot of it actually is. I mean, just remember, I mean, not even remember when you're younger. For me, it's just like literally like probably yesterday, turning off the lights and then running to your bed because you're fucking
Sarah
terrified.
would run up those stairs as fast. I mean, she'd get out of this basement. But so let me tell this story. I've had my tarot cards read 2 or 3 times, and I believe it's bunk, and I believe that it's I know how I would do it as entertainment.
Yeah,
you know, I'd research the hell out of somebody. I'd look at their Facebook page. I'd know everything about them, and then pretend like I didn't know them.
Yeah.
I recently started talking to this woman, and she gets her tarot cards read, and she's amazing. She's super hot. She's super smart. So there's got to be something to it, right?
Yeah.
And so she sends me a link to a video of her tarot reading. Mm-hmm. That's this woman on YouTube, and it was spot on everything. It's like 20 minutes, 20 minutes, and everything this woman says that's going to happen has happened between the two of us in the last couple of weeks. And I said, have you read mine? Have you listened to mine? She said, no. So I listened to mine in the car, and I got to tell you, it was fucking ridiculous. It was retarded. It was retarded how spot on this was. Yeah. And it's like, so I came home and I dialed up other ones that she had done to see, okay, maybe it's just 2, and we just got lucky and got the 2. No, all the other ones I listened to were so far off. And there's been these weird synchronicities between this woman and I. And it's and again, I'm not spiritual. I don't believe this shit. And I know all my friends that are going to listen to this are going to be like, sucker.
Yeah.
But there's just too many. Right. We told you, you poser. There's just too many synchronicities to ignore.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where, you know, I don't know, but I'm probably jinxing it by bringing up all the spirits are saying.
I mean, you know what's funny? You know what's funny is like for me, like walking in here, I wasn't really got like bad vibes out of it. I was just kind of like, oh, this is dope. Like it's something different. Like,
I walked down here. I'm like, dude, this shit's cool. Yeah.
But I think it just kind of matters. I think it matters if you want to think about it this way in a spiritual sense. Like it matters where your soul's at. I think at that moment in time, right?
Well,
like that mindset or that mood that you're in.
When you go into a new job, if you're always the victim martyr, and you go into a new job, you're gonna serve that job as the victim martyr. If you come down here, if you come down to this basement, the antagonistic, conservative Christian, God's warrior, you're gonna shit your pants.
If this was me like 15 years ago, I probably would hate your basement. Yeah. I'd be like, no, ni lo mande Dios, mijo, no, eso no.
If it was me 15 years ago, I'd be like, this shit's sick.
Yeah. No, so I don't know, because I do think that things happen for a reason, right? I'm not sure if there's like something that's out there that's kind of like telling you how things go, but I also think that there is something about your mind that actually makes you think about it in a specific way as to how things are going. Because I mean, I've been at the lowest of lows, and I'm sure we all have it. I mean, I know we all have at one point, right? And just that mindset, just even looking back and being like, how was I that low?
No, absolutely.
You know what I mean? And then just like having that, even with just like the spiritual essence of what's going on, I think that's.
Well, there's some power, and this is maybe why I don't believe in ghosts. And you said this earlier. We manifest our own destinies, and we manifest our own stories. Yeah. And as I've said publicly often, the last 2 years of my life have been the worst 2 years of my fucking life. They have been, nothing has gone right. Everything has fallen apart. And when I was dreading this most recent birthday, and I've been manifesting, I think, really and this is what my smart spiritual friends say. I've been manifesting positive by not letting, cutting my hand in half and losing my basement and my marriage breaking up and all these things, by not letting them just
kept on trucking.
Yeah. And it's been manifesting, good things. And this birthday was the absolute best birthday I've ever had.
That's awesome.
It was amazing.
Well, that's good. Cause on that note,
I think you can tell a ghost story.
Yeah, we were just getting,
well, I could do a whole 2 hours on ghost stories.
Yeah. But I mean, I'm not a big fan of like the whole idea of like the law of attraction, but I think there is something to be said about that.
We'll see.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, I don't know. I just have so many people that kind of, are in like a creative slump after the pandemic happened. And some people like G and myself.
And Paul. Honestly, this guy, you fucking capitalized on some cool shit during the pandemic.
Well, I lost 70 shows. My first tour, I had a tour, an 18-city tour that we had sold half of them out, that was supposed to start on March 22nd. Of 2020.
Wow, and then everything shut down on like the 17th,
15th, 16th. Yeah. And I had nothing to do. So I started that show. I wrote some really, really great material, put out a couple products, and just kept trucking.
It was fucking sick, man.
But but it's like there's some people that came out of that and just like did more stuff. Mm-hmm. And there's other people that just like sat in it and have done absolutely nothing in the last 2 years.
I will say, I think I'll say for all three of us, I think we kind of capitalized on that moment of being like, it was a moment. Sure, like when you panic, sometimes it's the best time to capitalize on doing what you want to do, because honestly, I think that's what we did. I mean, when it was me and you, man, I was like, dude, I have no shows. Like, what do I do? I was like, I guess I'll try online streaming and then just find like shows here and there, or just find work here and there. But honestly, if it wasn't for the pandemic, I don't think we'd be where we're at now.
Oh, I absolutely would be. Yeah, absolutely.
Which is such a weird thing to say.
My restaurant would exist. Yeah. The show would have probably. You know what? I might be back at a corporate job.
Yeah,
I know exactly where I would be. Fucking hating my life, working 60 hours at a brewery that I hated working at.
Play it.
Oh yeah. Hold on, I have to get back on that board.
I probably would not make it. Fuck that guy.
That's right. And with that note, you guys, we want to thank Paul again for coming on to the show. Thank you so much, brother. We do appreciate it.
Absolutely. Hope we can do this again.
Dude, this was a good. This
was
a really
good.
Fun
this was
one.
very good. Yeah.
I'm really excited about that.
Maybe around Halloween time. Maybe we'll do
Oh, that's a good idea. That's
a
good idea.
One.
Dude, so. we will do it here in your basement. We'll spook it
up.
up.
I'll bring some of the stuff that you guys can't see. Maybe before you or DVD extras just kind of pan the room.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we can take some B-roll and throw it in there.
I love it.
Bring some of the stuff over and tell some of the stories.
All right. Well, Paul, you have the floor, man. Make sure you promote what you got going on, so we have people going to get.
So yeah, the best place to find out about the show is go to the Facebook. I have a website. If anybody wants to help with the website, please take a look at it. TheMysteryCollection.com. It's just a kind of a filler page for now, but the best place is Facebook. My show was written to do in living rooms. And so my ideal crowd is 20, 25 people that know each other, and I come to your house and do it. I travel quite a bit. I've got, you'll have to check the website. I don't know where I'm going. I know I've got Baltimore. I've got Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I've got Eugene, Oregon. I've got, I'm in New Orleans every month, so you can catch me at the New Orleans Vampire Cafe, which I don't think we talked about, but that's
we'll talk about DVD.
Yeah, okay, So check me out, the Mystery Collection on Facebook.
Paul Noffsinger, you guys, thank you so much, Paul. We do appreciate it, brother. DVD Extras, guys, make sure you guys check it out on Friday. It's going to be a really good one. We're going to have some really good conversations. So,
and I'm going to tell a filthy joke.
Filthy as fuck. So you be ready.
Check it out.
Thank you guys again so much. Have a good night. Have a good weekend.
You didn't do the Spotify.
Oh, yeah, Spotify and shit.
Yeah, you know the drill. Tickle that bell. You know what's up.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
See you later.
Cheers.